David Hounson has succeeded in life, lost it all, and succeeded again. Now he gets up every day to help young entrepreneurs to get to the top and stay there.
To succeed in telesales, you need the perseverance of a Tour de France cyclist. David cut his teeth in that tough environment. Then publishing, advertising, and the business of inspiration.
David Hounson is an entrepreneur and motivational speaker. Inspiring people to better their lives and create better versions of themselves is what makes him tick. And if I had to describe the man, I would definitely say he's a man on the move. Oh, there he goes now.
What's got this man through hard times is meditation, exercise, and talking about it.
So David, is this where I will find you in your spare time?
Absolutely, you'll find me on-road and off-road. I enjoy the sport so much that I cycle for this team, and this team is a non-profit organization where we actually give back to society, the underprivileged, etc.
And what is it that you love about cycling?
For me, cycling is a lot about endurance and pushing through those barriers. So I replicate that in my entrepreneurship.
Why an entrepreneur? Why did you become a motivational speaker instead of just getting a 9-to-5 like everybody else?
For me, motivational speaking has come a lot from ups and downs. You know, coming from a background, my dad died at 10 years old. I left for England when I was 17. So I really grew up on my own, and I had to learn the hard way, and the hard way was generally the best way for me. So for me, it's a lot about how I can make a difference in people's lives from those experiences, and also being a dropout at school.
David's a motivation to young business people, and they are his inspiration. Like Kelvin Joel, the first black pastry chef at a top Santon hotel and member of the SA Culinary National Team, Kelvin opened this cooking school with his wife Jarlyn.
After spending the morning with this gentleman, I'm very inspired, and I hear that you two have very inspiring stories as well.
It's been an interesting journey for the past 6 years. I was a chef working in some of the five-star hotels. She worked in insurance. We decided to quit our jobs. I started a school first 3 months, 6 months, broke, no money. I had to come up with different ways of making money, started a catering business. A year later, we moved from the one space to this space that we're currently in, and things started growing from there, and we're currently sitting about 90 students this year.
Jarlyn, I mean, having a husband like Kelvin is incredibly inspiring because his personal journey hasn't been an easy one.
His background is basically from a township. Grew up in a house with 11 people living in it, and he ended up drinking at the age of 10, selling drugs on the street corner at the age of 12. At that point, this 12-year-old boy basically changed his mindset, took the drugs back to the dealer, took himself to a church, and that's where he found his passion for cooking. And I love how that's an inspiration to our students as well, because at the end of the day, you want to teach our students that if he can do it, so can you.
And is it important for you as individuals, as a foundation, as a school, to have people like David in your lives?
Because we come from such different backgrounds, we need role models like David in themselves to show that there is a possibility in entrepreneurship, which we strongly believe is what the country needs as a whole. While we're operating with David currently is he organizes events and we partner with him, giving our students exposure, and those are the kind of things that we work with a lot of guys that's part of a group that we try to help with.
David, why is it important for you on a personal level to be involved with initiatives like this?
For me, it's very dear to me based on my experience of almost going bankrupt at the age of 36. And Kelvin and I connected from the first time we met, and for me, I work a lot with hot energy, and when he told me about the school, I was just filled with goosebumps in order to make a difference to these kids. And for me, that's the biggest thing, is to share my experience and allow them to plant that seed of transformation in their lives.
Along with their paying students, they also train prospective chefs from under-resourced communities.
Ladies, this looks phenomenal. What are you making?
I'm making red velvet cake. I'm making it from scratch. Afterwards, we're going to take it to the oven, we're going to bake it, then we're going to decorate it.
Well, for me, the best part of baking is the eating part.
Yummy.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Can I offer you a slice after I'm done?
Definitely. Wow. I shall take you up on that offer.
Just because Kelvin and Jarlyn run a non-profit foundation as part of their school doesn't mean that anything less than 5-star quality and presentation will do.
That, guys, this is phenomenal. Your guests are going to have the time of their lives tonight. I know you guys have still got lots to prepare, so I'll see you later.
Yes, we'll see you at the wine bar.
With me.
The culinary students were preparing for a gathering of like-minded innovators and young business mavericks at a Soweto wine bar. It's all about encouraging corporates and brands to support new business opportunities.
All entrepreneurs will tell you that networking is essential for any business. And tonight, in the heart of Soweto, right here in Vilakazi Street, the table is set for new connections, budding friendships, and hopefully the start of flourishing business relationships.
For every success, these young movers have had many more setbacks. That they kept going is what sets them apart.
Trevor, you're an entrepreneur. What do you think you need in order to succeed in this incredibly competitive market currently?
For me personally, it's all about support. What kind of support can we get as small businesses? I often find that entrepreneurs like looking for funding first instead of actually building up upon a solid idea. So for me, it's just about how do I break through to the next level and how do I get in contact with people in that industry already who can then offer the right kind of skills, the right kind of training, the right kind of insights that I wouldn't necessarily know as a new entrant.
David's a charismatic guy. Why do you think he's been so successful?
Because I think he's crazy, that's why. And that's what makes him good, right? The entrepreneur needs to be crazy. He needs to be thinking that the impossible is possible. We need more thinkers like that, guys who can really push the envelope, guys who can really challenge thinking, guys who can really change the paradigm. We're in a difficult state economically as a country right now. So we need some crazy thinking to really radically shift the way we are right now and really strengthen our position as a country.
Joel's aim is to produce future chefs who are as independently minded as they are efficient in the kitchen.
Jarlene, do you think that the future of business in South Africa is through entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. And even though we're just a culinary school, one of our biggest drives at the school is entrepreneurship. So we're always telling the guys, don't just think about how you're going to go and work in someone's kitchen, how you're going to go and find a job. Go out there and create jobs. So start a business, start producing, start manufacturing, do something.
What excites you about the next generation of entrepreneurs?
What excites me is the different thinking that entrepreneurs have, the different perception, because as you can see, my energy and my smile is that entrepreneurs are free thinkers and corporates really need to understand that. So you'll find that with entrepreneurs that we're so creative that nobody believes in us, and you have to believe in yourself in order to do great things. So the next generation really need to believe in themselves in order to do great things, to be great leaders in entrepreneurship.
You need to be seen and have your idea heard. Here's to David for keeping the conversation alive.
As always, please remember to enjoy responsibly. That's our show for tonight, and whichever of this week's guests, destinations, or stories fascinated you, let us know and join the conversation on #TopBilling. Until next Thursday, good night and God bless.